Hey everybody, welcome back. I am headed with a friend of mine to the Orlando Science Center. We're here to check out some dinosaur fossils. I'm going to take you along. I hope you enjoy it. Let's go. Welcome to the Orlando Science Center in Orlando, Florida. Admission today was $24 per person, and I paid for my friend's admission since she drove us all the way here from Melbourne, which was over an hour from my house and even further from hers. We are here today because we want to see some dinosaurs. This Tyrannosaurus rex is so huge. His sign says he is from the late Cretaceous period, 65 million years ago. Most T-Rex fossils have been discovered in the northwest part of North America in states like Montana and South Dakota, and also in Alberta, Canada. T-Rex have been measured up to 40 feet long and 12 feet high at the hip. They are estimated to have weighed between 11,000 and 15,500 pounds. T-Rex were carnivores with 12-inch long teeth that were sharp and serrated. They used these dagger-like teeth to slice chunks of meat off their prey, swallowing the chunks whole. As the teeth wore down, they were shed and replaced individually by the next tooth waiting in line. This particular specimen is named Stan after Stan Sakerson, who discovered the fossils in 1987 in South Dakota. Scientists used the bones of this dinosaur to learn what his life was like millions of years ago. Looking at Stan's bones, scientists believe that he survived several incredible injuries. For example, you can see several broken and healed ribs. There's even a scar on his ribs, the same size and shape as a T-Rex tooth. There's also a large gash on Stan's left tibia. This is an Elasmosaurus platyurus from the late Cretaceous period from 80 to 75 million years ago. Elasmosaurus was a large, slow-moving marine reptile capable of reaching lengths of 45 feet. Elasmosaurus was a carnivore with teeth most adapted for eating fish. A distinguishing characteristic of the Elasmosaurus is its long neck, but when it was first discovered in the late 1800s, it was reconstructed incorrectly. Edward Cope was the first to reconstruct and name the Elasmosaurus. With a background in herpetology and in a hurry to get published, Cope placed the head at the short end of the spine and left the tail long, just like the lizards he had studied. At the end of the tail were the atlas and axis bones, which are found in the neck. Paleontologist Joseph Leidy noticed the inaccuracy and moved the head to the correct position at the end of a very long neck. This is a Platycarpus icterus. Platycarpus belonged to the group known as mosasaurs, which were marine reptiles. Like all mosasaurs, Platycarpus was a very successful carnivorous predator and was built to hunt. The long, flat tail allowed it to swim like an eel, and their paddle-like legs aided in steering. Their short, sharp teeth were designed to grab and hold prey, and their jaws could unhinge like a snake, allowing it to swallow large prey whole. This is a Tylosaurus proroger from the late Cretaceous period 80 to 75 million years ago. Tylosaurus fossils have been found in western parts of North America where the western interior seaway would have been millions of years ago. Tylosaurus was one of the largest mosasaurs, reaching lengths of up to 40 feet. Tylosaurus was a carnivore. preserved stomach contents reveal that Tylosaurus preyed on smaller animals, including plesiosaurs and even small mosasaurs. The snout of the Tylosaurus extended beyond the front teeth and in some cases has shown signs of compression damage. The reason for this damage is still up for debate, but one theory states that Tylosaurs used brute force to ram prey at high speeds from below. Mosasaurs, like the Tylosaurus, didn't rely on their flippers to propel themselves forward. Instead, their tail, which was made of 80 vertebrae, generated most of their power. The movement of the land and ocean plates happened very slowly, usually at a rate of about an inch per year, but the results can be very large. South America has been drifting northwest for millions of years. Meanwhile, the Pacific plates had been subjecting over it, pushing up the Andes Mountains and creating volcanoes. This combination finally joined the lands of North and South America, which had been separated for over 150 million years. The great exchange of animals between the two continents began. Eventually, ground sloths, giant armadillos, capybaras, porcupines, and terror birds made their way to Florida. The beginning of the Pliocene was marked by a major increase in sea levels, which flooded most of Florida, and it stayed that way for over 2 million years. Towards the end of the Pliocene, sea levels dropped and land animals returned. This is Triceratops from the Cretaceous period 65 million years ago. Triceratops have been discovered in the northwestern United States, in Wyoming and North Dakota, and in provinces in Canada like Alberta and Saskatchewan. Triceratops have been estimated at up to 26 feet long and 10 feet tall. It's estimated that Triceratops weigh in at nearly 12,000 pounds. Triceratops were herbivores with teeth that were perfect for grinding vegetation. The Hell Creek Formation, where many Triceratop fossils are recovered, is divided into 3 stratigraphic units, and that has led to the discovery that Prorsus evolved from Horridus. Come on, dinosaur, where are you at? Oh, there you are. Do you think it's interactive? Like, does he know we're here, or do you not? This is an Edmontosaurus from the late Cretaceous period 66 million years ago. Edmontosaurus was a member of the Hadrosaur, or duck-billed family. Fossil evidence indicates that a large number of duck-billed dinosaurs migrated from Alaska down to Mexico. Edmontosaurus could reach lengths of 28 feet. Edmontosaurus was a herbivore. They had a large, duck-like beak and many cheek teeth, perfect for cutting and grinding vegetation. It is probable that they were following seasonal vegetation as they migrated. Edmontosaurus fossils are some of the most prolific and best preserved fossils, making it one of the best understood hadrosaurs. This is a Pachycephalosaurus from the late Cretaceous period, 66 million years ago. Pachycephalosaurus fossils have been discovered in northwestern United States in Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota. These dome-headed dinosaurs were about 18 feet long and weighed about 990 pounds. Pachycephalosaurs were herbivores. Their tiny, leaf-shaped teeth were perfect for cropping plants. An early hypothesis suggested that Pachycephalosaurus would headbutt each other like bighorn sheep, but that idea has been overturned by more recent research. The distinctive, thick-domed skull was actually too weak to withstand head-to-head impact. Even if the skull was strong enough, the round shape would have caused their heads to glance off of each other or twist to the side, which would have led to injuries. It is now theorized that their skulls helped members of the same species recognize each other and compete for mates. If Pachycephalosaurus did fight each other, they may have hit their opponents in the side like bison. After we saw all of the fossils, we went to the museum theater to watch an awesome movie on their Cinedome. This screen is 8,000 square feet and creates a 180-degree image that surrounds the audience and extends beyond their peripheral vision. The presentation we watched was about a team of scientists who went to Antarctica to explore and study what dinosaurs had existed there.
While the 6-ton adults are capable of running on 2 legs, the smaller juveniles are quite vulnerable to predators.
With over 1,000 researchers and support staff in the summer, from cooks to carpenters.
So for a time, the world was a couple of pudgy, pig-like, egg-laying beasts. Early mammals, our ancestors, would remain confined to the shadows for another 50 million years, scurrying under the feet of reptilian giants.
I see. Do they eventually circle the drain and they both go down, or do they stay on their track? Okay. I see. They do move closer to the hole. Yeah. Look how much slower it's going. Huh.
Smaller orbit, faster speed.
I don't think this tree is alive, but I do think it's really cool. It is as high as the 4th floor of the Science Center, with critters to enjoy in the branches at every single level, and of course alligators in the pool at the bottom. Well, that's going to wrap up our day at the Science Center. I hope you enjoyed the footage I filmed and learning along with me. I really love dinosaurs and I never miss an opportunity to see a dinosaur exhibit. If you like this kind of video, you may like a video I did last summer on Dinosaur World in Plant City, Florida. I filmed hundreds of lifelike, life-size dinosaur statues and learned as much as I could about all of them. We had dinner at a Chinese buffet, which for me is a delicious carnivore cheat day. I had 3 entire plates of meat. After that, we went to Disney Springs to do some shopping. I didn't buy anything, but we did check out the Crystal Shop and the Basin Store to try out their newest hand scrubs. My friend bought some cool things at the Disney store. I had to take home some Gideon's cookies for Michael. He had never tried them before, but today was his long run and he really deserved a treat. He said they were some of the best cookies he might have ever had. All right, that's going to wrap up this vlog and a fun day in Orlando with a friend of mine. I hope you enjoyed this, everybody. I'll see you another day in another adventure.